What you said before about like members coming in and finding out where they want to go, and helping them get there. Like, what are you doing? Like, if I filled out the application in Hawthorne today, and showed up, like, what are you doing for me as a new member versus what happened, 40 years ago when you got on?
A newer member coming in the door with us is going to interview with the assistant chief of the company, probably his officers. He's going to sit on 1 or 2 nights just to go over, oh, you really want to make this commitment? Again, what happens is 90% will stay, 10% will never come back. And that's fine. That's when we want to find out, because I don't want to put an investment into a person that may not want to do this. Because it is a commitment. We'll continue with that for probably 3 to 4 months, and if they're showing up for 3 to 4 months committed, they want to do this.
Yeah.
And then we start moving quickly to get them on board. But about the 3-month mark, we want them to come down. We want to do everything with them, take them out on drills, introduce them to company meetings, show them the responsibility level before they become a firefighter in that probationary stage. And then they understand that this commitment is no joke. It's serious. This is not Little League coaching. This is I'm going to go for 100 some odd hours of schooling for Fire 1, and then I have to go for more. I'm going back to school for 60 hours in the next month. Why? Because if they're going to do it, why shouldn't I do it? You lead by example. I'm going to take fire ground instructor. I have to, because I need to learn to understand what our instructors go through, what our kids go through at the fire entry level. What are they going through? What are they being taught? Are they being taught right? So you bring them aboard in that 3-month period. If that member is starting to make this a priority, we'll move a little bit quicker. But we'll try and hold it 3 months, because it seems to be the bullseye where either they're committed or they're not committed.
Yeah.
And at that point, we quickly get them on board. And I'd like to get them at fire school the first year. We try to. Sometimes we can't, but for the most part, we've been able to do that. We like to delay Fire 2. It seems like that person that wants to become Fire 1 and then Fire 2 is after something. That may just be a certificate. I'd rather get them some Winshield time. See fires, go out there, understand, learn as officers, learn the department, learn what everything's about, learn what the activated fire alarms bring, what flooding brings, what lightning strikes bring. Let's learn all that stuff first. And a year later, after they've been on, go to Fire 2. And then we encourage it.
Right.
And we like to do a lot of things in town. We like to do a lot of courses that we run in town, have building construction courses. To me, it's not bread and butter. It's about learning what affects our community and the communities around us. And we've had good success with that. It's expensive. It's hard to get, the commitment from the borough to spend $2,500 on an inspector or an instructor coming out of Philadelphia or something to go over church fires and all that. But we've been okay.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of good pool talent in our officers. I have one of my assistant chiefs who's probably one of the best construction guys there is. Let him teach. That's what he's teaching.
That's right.
I have one of my assistant chiefs as a hazmat guy. Why not? I could steal your what put it on the table, and everybody could learn it. And I have a good friend and a chief from Newark that's retired. He had a serious house fire in town. It's been a mentor to our department. Chief Partridge, if he doesn't mind, but Chief Partridge has been walking with us and saying, do this, do that, help me do that. Why? Because he's got Winshield time, something I can't buy. I can go to all schools in the world.
You're right.
But he's seen it. He's seen the trucks run over by dump trucks with 6 people in a car, crushed it. The horrors of firefighting and the glory of firefighting, the good stuff. So we try and find a balance. We also try and teach our young persons coming in that this is not all fun. There's going to be ugly days. There's going to be dark days. You're going to have incidents that you're not going to like. The majority of incidents, you're going to walk away saying, I did a good job here. And we try and encourage them that. Simple over the radio. Great job, guys. Have a good night.
You're absolutely right.
What's it take to encourage your personnel? And that little glitch seems to kickstart them. For the most part, we have good retention. I do see a new thing happen where we have a couple guys that come on in a year and they go into the military, but I've noticed they come back, which to me is...
That's cool.
We've accomplished something. So I can't complain on our retention. I'm concerned that the taxes and cost of living is going to drive people away, but we're holding on with their, where nails ripped into the boards and holding on.
Yeah.
So
I think...
encouragement is everything. Do more. Here's what we do. Go to the schools. We go this. Show them that we're part of this community in a way that nobody else in the town is.
And really, like, I mean, I've been a few places, and where I work, we have a pretty robust fire prevention program. We do a car seat program. Like, we're out in the community putting smoke detectors out there. But to hear this coming from a volunteer department, not to say that it's not something that fire prevention isn't something that volunteer departments do, because they all participate in some form or another. but you're really, like you said, you're marketing your department out there
Gotcha.
at all of these different functions on all of these levels. So it's kind of, that's very, very unique, and it's something that, you know, and congratulations for doing it, because a lot of people don't quite get that piece of the pie and understand why they're going to have that slice, you know.
Your fund drive, everything comes from it. You know,
Yeah.
if your people are happy with it, you're going to throw you a couple of bucks into your fund drive. More importantly, you're going to join your department. Yeah, wow, this is a proud department. Something's going right here. They're going to come aboard. Do we have bumps and grinds on our department? We have 5 companies that are independent. Of course we do. But
Right.
when the bell rings, I don't see any of that. I see them working for a common cause to try and help people and do things with it, and they do it pretty well. I'm proud of my people.
That's great.
I'm proud of this region. I've seen fires in other towns. Like, wow, how the hell did they stop that? Just seen one recently in Fairlawn.
Yep.
I think they did a tremendous stop on an outside fire and it extended. You know, I just, if we look past the negative to some of the positive, you'd be surprised what's out there, and it's amazing. I wrote down for my fund drive committee how many hours we actually put in, and they couldn't understand it. Nobody really put it down on paper. When you look at it, you're there Monday night, you're getting ready for the parade, you're doing it. You're putting in hundreds of hours a month
Oh, without a doubt.
with no cost to the borough besides, you know, a LoSAP program or whatever,
Right.
you know, but,
Right.
and that's pride. That's all it is pride. And if they're proud of their equipment, this is my fight with my borough. We're not buying a toy in a fire truck, we're buying a piece of equipment that makes them proud. It doesn't need all the bells and the shiny whistles on it, but it needs something to make them proud. So if they want a tinge of red in it or a tinge of black in it, God darn it, buy it for them.
Right.
It doesn't matter. It makes them feel good about themselves and it builds pride. If they want to put a shark on the truck, who cares? You know,
Right.
it's not
Pride equals
defacing.
performance.
Exactly.
And it's a concept some people don't fully grasp, and it's
But I think our chiefs, including myself, you have to carry the ball and run. You can't sit back and say,
Yeah.
"Well, guys, do it." You got to run with it. And I'm lucky. I have a tremendous commitment at home. My wife lets me do what I need to do. My kids are behind it. It's hard being this job, not because I'm here, but it's hard doing this because politically you're wound into the town. They want you to do more.
I get it.
Big L word follows.
I get it.
But if you do it, it seems like everybody else starts to tug along with you.
Yeah. Good.
Hey everybody, it's Rob Ridley from National Fire Radio. Thanks for tuning in. Catch up with us on social media. We got
SoundCloud, National Fire Radio, YouTube, National Fire Radio, Instagram, National Fire Radio, and
not least,
Facebook, National Fire Radio. Guys, check us out. Take care. Be safe.
See you later.
From the